Hey everybody, welcome to your workout. Today we have a 30-minute full body strength building and muscle building workout. You know the drill. We're gonna be really efficient with our time and smart with our exercise selection. You will need whatever grouping of kettlebells or dumbbells you have. We're not gonna use the barbell today. And then if you do have a cable, we'll do cable rows, but if not, I would grab a thicker band and you can tie it around something sturdy and that would work great as well. So we've got a 4-minute warm up with some mobility and kind of a kettlebell activation drill, a 7-minute AMRAP of our squat pattern with our row, a 7-minute AMRAP of a single leg deadlift and a dumbbell bench press, and then a kind of burnout with core, glutes, and arms, and then a 2-minute cool down. So it's gonna be kind of quick. I will guide you. Just grab your equipment now, pause the video if you need. We'll have about a minute of rest in between each section of the exercise, but I'm gonna get my alarm clock going because we're gonna be pretty on it today. So we've got 4 minutes of our warm up. Go ahead and hop on the floor. And here we go. Drop your elbows down. Pull your elbows back towards your knees as you sit your hips back towards a child's pose, so you're lengthening through the lats. And then come forward, lift your elbows. This time extend your hips forward towards a modified up dog. The front of the core is still engaged. And then push through your hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Bend your knees as much as you need. Press your hands forward and your chest back. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Push down through your left hand and twist open to the right. Through the thoracic spine, hips are sinking low. And then switch it out, plant your right hand, step your right foot back and your left foot forward. Into your low lizard lunge, twist open to the left. Good. Drop your hand down and step your foot back. Grab your light to medium weight kettlebell. We're gonna do 3 clean and squats, and we want fast, explosive movement. So kettlebell's on the ground, overhand grip. You're gonna clean it up towards your chest and then squat down 3 times. Squat back up, lower the kettlebell to the ground, clean it up, squat down. Full range of motion here. And last one. Good, that's our warm up. We have 4 minutes of that. We are 1 minute, 15 seconds in. So drop to your knees and your elbows, pull your elbows back, engage the lats, and sit back to your child's pose. Okay, lift your elbows, draw your palms back, glide your hips to an upward facing dog or a cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, low lizard lunge, and then twist, reaching your right hand up. Lower down, switch it out. Left foot forward to the outside of your hand, and then twist from above the navel. So left hip is still driving down towards the ground. Release your hand, step back, and we're grabbing our kettlebell for 3 reps. And you can kind of make the clean and the squat into one smooth motion at this point, if you feel comfortable with that. Reaching full depth in your squat. Maybe sit for a second at the bottom of your last one and drive up. All right, probably about 1 or 2 more rounds of this. Elbows and knees, child's pose, but we're activating. We're doing our fascial floss. And then palms drive back, hips glide forward, finding extension through the spine. Tuck your toes, glide your hips up and back, down dog. Right foot steps forward, twist open, plant your hand, step it back, switch it out. Release down, find your plank, and then 3 clean and squats. Perfect. We've got about a minute left, so why don't we do 1 more mobility flow? Take your time on this last one. Feel free to pause in any of the postures along the way. And stay activated through your muscles, so we're not hanging on our ligaments. We're finding the activation, that push of the ground away. Muscles and fascia, keeping our joints healthy and stable. Good. Okay, if you have it in you, we could do 3 more. We've got about 15 seconds. So finish up with your clean and squat or stay in your mobility flow. Great. Okay, we've got 1 minute of rest. And then we're gonna move into our 7-minute AMRAP. So this is as many rounds as possible in 7 minutes. We're doing 8 dumbbell goblet pause squats. So holding it at the chest, going down, holding for about 2 seconds, squatting back up, moving straight into a cable row or a banded row. And then we'll take about 10 breaths just to rest after each of those movements, or after both movements are done. Because we still want to give our body the time it needs to rest. So we're actually stimulating muscle growth and strength growth instead of just this being like a cardio workout. All right, 20 seconds. If you have your weight and you're choosing a heavier weight, put it onto an elevated surface so you don't have to struggle each time you pick it up. Take a sip of water. All right, we've got our 7-minute AMRAP starting in 5 with 8 dumbbell pause squats. 3, 2, 1, pick it up, chest level, squat down and hold. Squat back up. Knees are driving over toes, hips are sinking low. And we're owning that range at the bottom of our rep. Halfway through, 4 more. Let your hips glide down evenly on both sides and then drive up through the heels, the pinky toe side, and the big toe side of your foot. Okay, I think we got 2 more. Pause at the bottom and drive up. First set can be a little bit lighter. If you feel like picking up heavier weight on the next one, go for it. Okay, next we've got 10 cable or heavy banded rows. All right. Get into position, chest is lifted, and then elbows draw back past your rib cage. Doing great. Maybe a little pause at the end of your rep. And you can choose whatever grip you'd like. I'm using a neutral grip where my palms are facing each other. Depends what equipment you have. If you want to target biceps more, you would have a supinated grip with your palms facing up. Shoulder blades pulling together on the back body. We've got, I think, 2 more reps. Amazing, let it go. About 10 breaths of rest. I'm gonna pick up another weight for my squat. Feel free to go heavier. If you don't have heavier weights, do slower reps or pause at the bottom for longer. Okay. Let's rest for 4 more breaths. As you're ready, we have 8 dumbbell pause squats. Ready? Lift up to your goblet position, and then we'll squat down. Hold, drive back up. 8 times. Hold at the bottom for 2 seconds. Feel both glutes, hamstrings, quads on both legs working evenly to push you back up. Halfway. Such a good exercise for your core too. We're stabilizing a ton through the front of the core and the spinal extensors in the back to keep your chest upright so you're not hunching forward. And last one. Good. Straight into your 10 rows. Forgot to add weight on this one, but feel free to pop a little extra on or take out the slack a little bit on your band. All right, 10 rows. Here we go. Elbows pulling back. Chest is lifted. Control your speed on the lowering portion. Halfway. Can you feel the muscles along your spine, on the inside of your shoulder blades, your rhomboids, your traps? Can you feel them pulling evenly? This is a bilateral movement. So we have to challenge ourselves to make that mind muscle connection for good form. We got one more rep. And release. All right, 10 breaths. Our goal in these 7-minute AMRAPs is to get 3 to 4 sets in. So I think we'll be on track for that. Feel free to take a sip of water. So we're doing our main functional movement patterns today, and then doing a little pump section at the end. All right, 3 more breaths. Stand up, get ready. In 3, 2, 1, pick your weight up. We have 8 pause squats in the goblet position. Squat down, hold, and drive back up. You've got this. This is such a humbling exercise for me because you're probably using a lighter weight than what you typically do, but it's working. And with any weight, you got 2 more reps in the front of your body, like a front squat as opposed to a back squat. We're kind of targeting the quads more, which is what we want because in our other ones, we're going to target our hamstrings and glutes more. Okay, this should be about our last set. We've got 10 cable rows or banded rows. Lift your chest up, draw your shoulder blades back, and then roll your elbows past your rib cage. 10 times. Halfway. Three more. Pausing for a second, controlling the speed on the way back. Get the most out of each rep. We're here for 30 minutes. Put that effort in. Good. Okay. We're working smarter, not harder. All right, let's set up for our next exercise. So we're done with that one. We're gonna do a single leg RDL. So I'm gonna use a kettlebell. You can totally have something for balance, or if you have a lighter weight, you could do it without holding onto something. But if you're challenging your muscles by loading up more, it's helpful to have something to hang on to for stability. Depends what you're going for. Doing the single leg without support is incredible for your balance. So they're both win-wins. Okay, so maybe we'll start with, you know what? Go for it. If you want to start with the warm-up weight, do it. Since we only have a couple sets, if you want to jump into something that you know to be your working weight, that is great too. And then second exercise is a dumbbell bench press. And again, this is for 6 reps, so a little bit heavier. Choose your weight, something that's going to challenge you. And it's basically a single arm movement, so know that going in. Take a sip of water. We're getting started in 20 seconds. All right, doing great. So get your kettlebell weight. I'm gonna start on my right leg, and I'm gonna use something for balance today. So as you're ready, pick your bell up or your dumbbell. And then we're hinging forward at the hips, slight bend in the knee. Kettlebell's lowering to your shin, and then lift back up. I'll turn to the side. We've got 8 reps. And if you are using that balance, try to lessen the support you're using. It's just there in case you need it. So this is so good for hamstrings, for glutes, for your abductors, your stability muscles on the outside of the hip. You're not lowering all the way to the ground, just to about mid-shin. As soon as you feel that stretch in the glutes, like they can't go back any further, then we stand back up. Left hip is pointing forward, so we're not opening out to the side. Great. 2 more. Good. Switch legs. Straight into it if you can. Obviously, take a break if you want. Standing on the left leg, lowering in the right hand. Slight bend in the knee, hips are hinging back like someone's karate chopping the front of your left hip backwards. So great to point out any asymmetries, like if you have weakness or deficits in one side versus the other. Super great to try to even those out for less risk of compensation and injury. Okay, we got one more. Beautiful, stand back up. 6 reps of your dumbbell bench press. Whatever grip you want, find it. Have a lay down on your bench or on the ground. Kettlebells or dumbbells work here. Press your weights overhead and then lower your elbows down. Feel the squeeze of your pecs, your chest muscles as you drive back up. I'm doing about 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. One more rep, doing great. And release down. Take the next minute. Grab whatever increased weights you want if you'd like to do that. I'm trying to decide on this bench press. I think I will try it for 1 set and see. There's nothing wrong with trying and then regressing if you need. This is how we get stronger. All right, we got about 10 breaths. Take a sip of water. Doing so good. We are already halfway done with our workout. All right, single leg RDL. Let's stand on the right leg. Hold the bell in your left hand. Lift your back foot or kickstand it, just barely holding any weight. And then down we go. Hinging forward, driving back up. Finding that control through the foot. Might have some wobbles. It's good to train it. We want to be resilient in all these areas for life, for all our activities, for aging. 4 more. Two more. Beautiful. All right, shake out the left hand. So good for grip strength too, which is one of my weaknesses. Okay, left foot is standing, right arm is holding your weight 8 times. Tipping forward, driving back up. Right hip point is pointing down the whole time, or like straight forward. Try to keep that weight close to your shin as possible, so you're not swinging it out in front of you. Halfway. Amazing. 2 more. Perfect. Stand back up. Grab your heavier weight if you're up for it. We've just got 6 reps of our bench press. Of course, you could use a barbell too if you have one. All right, and drop it back. Lift your weights up. Here we go. Pretend you're pushing something super heavy away. You got this. Halfway. Great job. Release down. Whew. All right, 10 breaths, and then our final set. And then we just got a burnout and a cool down. So I hope you're feeling great. This is a 30-minute session. I want you to feel like you hit all your major movement patterns: squat, hinge, push, pull, core, all your major muscle groups, but not doing any extra. Okay, let's hit it. 8 reps on the right leg. We're trying to get our 3 sets in. All right, you know what to do. I'm gonna talk a little bit less because we're all pushing halfway on this right leg. Amazing job. Good, switch it out. Shake out the arm. Stand on your left foot, kettlebell in the right hand, and lower down. Three more. Whole posterior chain working. Doing so good. All right. Shake out your arms. We've got 6 reps. I know we're a little bit over on our 7 minutes, but let's finish this last one. Drop it back. 6 bench press. Dumbbells or kettlebells or barbell. Looking forward to our next set. Grab a band to put around your knees. 2 more reps here. And then grab a long stretchy band for our shoulder work. Okay, drop your weights, stand up. So we have feet elevated, banded hip thrust. And we have, so this is gonna go around your thighs. And then we have a banded lateral raise to a bicep curl. Bunch of different bands can work here. I might use this one, and if you don't have a band, use dumbbell. But we're doing lateral raise to a bicep curl. First, 20 reps. Pop the band around your thighs. Here we go, guys. Feet up on a surface. Your thighs are pressing out against the band to activate your abductors, your outer hips. All right, push through your heels, drive your hips up. 20 times. You can place your hands on the front of your hips to make sure they're lifting into your fingertips evenly. This is a pump. You'll feel your muscles burning. You could always add a weight on top of your hips as well. But bring that intention to driving the band out. All right, we got 5 more reps. Perfect. Stand up. Grab your long stretchy band or your light dumbbells. 10 of each. So step on your band, find that tension even on both sides. Lateral raise, so hands out to the side, working the side of your delt. Lower down, bicep curl, palms facing your body. Release down, lateral raise, lifting up and out from the elbows, and then bicep curl. That's 2. This is 3, so we're doing 10 of each, or 20 total. Halfway. Love these with the band because you keep that constant tension. Really challenging for your muscles. We're working mostly our lateral delts, so the outside of your shoulder, giving you a nice capped look, or pumpkin delts. I think we have 2 more reps. And then obviously with our curls, working our biceps. Everything's involved though. Grip, forearm strength, core to keep you stable so you're not compensating. And then for our rest, we're gonna take a plank. Skip it if you'd like, but 10 breaths in your plank. This is our sneaky core. You got this. Drop down to your knees if you'd like, or lift them up. Broaden across your collarbones. Breath is steady. Slight tuck of your pelvis down. And a nice straight body line. 5 more breaths. Good, okay. We've got our banded hip thrust. Going straight to it, 20 reps. Press your thighs out against the band, elevate your heels on a surface or onto the ground, and drive your hips up. Pushing evenly through both sides. We are nearing the end. Halfway through on your hip thrusts. Keep going. Bring that last bit of effort to the last 5 minutes of your workout. Here's 14. Check your glutes, place your hands on them. See that they're both turning on. Amazing. Hop down. Efficient with our movements. Also, you can keep the band around your thighs. That's what I'm gonna do this time. All right, step on your band. Find that tension even on both sides. Whoop. Don't let it fling up at you. And then your lateral raise to your bicep curl. 10 times. Doing good, guys. Halfway. We've got 3 more, and then we have our plank, and then just 1 more round of this. Amazing. Drop down. Give me that plank. 10 breaths. Three more breaths. All right, we're gonna get 1 more round in. Band around your thighs, lay down, heels elevated, 20 hip thrusts. Go for it. Halfway, check your form. Driving evenly, pushing out. Core is engaged. Keeping your spine stable. We've got 5 more. Last one. Good. All right, hop up straight into your lateral raise and your bicep curl 10 times. And then 1 more plank. Good job, everybody. Here we go. Five more. Woo! I'm feeling it. Those delts are getting pumped out a little bit. Okay, 2 more. Amazing. Last one. 10 breaths in your plank, and then we're done. We got a little cool down. Here we go. Strong and stable at the end. Seven, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Lower down. Amazing. We're right on time. 2-minute cool down. Take a shinbox or 90-90. Right leg is in front. Left leg is internally rotating behind you. Sit up tall. And then take a side stretch over to your left. Right arm reaching up and over. Big breath into the right rib cage. And then take a fold over your right knee. Stretching out your right hip. Breathe into the right glute. Lift back up. Drive your knees through center. Rotate them the other way. Left hand or left knee is leading. Right foot is behind you. Side stretch up and over to the right. Long line of stretch to the left side of the body. Breathe in. And then take a fold over your left leg. Lift back up. Use your hands or not. 1 more on each side. Drive your knees through the center and then over to the right. Side stretch over with the right arm to the left side. And then fold down. Lift back up, knees through center, over to the left. Left arm stretches up and over. And then lower down into your fold. Body is slowing down, cooling down. Breath rate is slowing. heart rate is slowing. Good. Come back through center. Maybe one more swipe of your knees to the right. Take a little rotation through the spine, and then through center, one more swipe of the knees over to the left. Rotate your spine to the left, and then come down, lay on your back. Pull your knees into your chest, or take a happy baby, pressing your heels up to the sky, and just take a little rock side to side. Close your eyes, massage your low back, and breathe down into your pelvic floor. Feel free to straighten one leg and then the other. Any final movements that might feel nice for you. Also just focusing on your breath, slowing it down, letting it fill your rib cage and your belly and your back body, and then releasing out. All right, people, come on up. Notice if you need anything else. But dang, that was an awesome 30 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you feel amazing, and I will see you next time.